It is Sunday, September 25th, 2022, and I am wearing glasses, reading glasses. Such a sad thing. Um, I wanted to talk about how we interact with things outside the aspects of the Grove and some of the intelligent aspects of it. And I'm going to go to this one email, which is apparently why I'm definitely wearing these glasses. This one goes back to 2011, I guess. But before I should get to that, you know how we get these reports of hooded figures, hooded-looking figures. Some people say it with a hood, some people not. They just say it looks like a robe, monk-like looking things. Maybe you'll visit the cemetery and then you'll go home and you'll see these people. Sometimes they'll just be like a black outline, really rich black outline, so you can't really mistake what it is. It looks like human form in a robe or something, but you get the idea. Rarely do we get a chance to hear a better description, such as when I witnessed one, just kind of with the skin color and just a lot of detail, just not like outline. We get ones too. I was just talking to somebody in the past week. They witnessed a tall man in a trench coat, and a tall hat. Those are a little separate from the common, more roby description. Maybe some other day I can get into the more tall man with hat kind of reports. They're out there, but they're usually pretty much the same, I think. On average, with the description. Now, sometimes we come out to the Grove, we don't know why. We feel compelled, we feel pulled. And then maybe we'll have an experience on the spot when we get there, maybe our first visit, or we'll just go home and then we'll start seeing a figure, sometimes even described as a tall man. Not the whole trench coat looking thing, but more of a robed kind of thing, like a hooded figure thing. So this one goes back to 2011. I don't know if they wanted it private, so I'm not going to mention the last name. First name is Val. And I'm going to skip most of it. I just want to stick with what they experienced. They were only a little ways away from the Grove, a couple miles away at their home. But I do occasionally hear these things in person. This one was in an email. Okay, so where is she? Sorry. Her house. Okay. When we first moved into our house, my sister and I would see this Grim Reaper-like figure speed past our window and then turn its head to look at us once it sped off and disappeared. Before I even gave my sister a description of what and how this figure acted and looked like, she literally read my mind and described this figure in the same way. What does this have to do with the cemetery in question? Keep reading. She says keep reading. So, many years ago, my brother and I saw this flashing ball of light. I was lying on the couch, all the lights turned off in the house, and this light just flashes into my living room. I keep thinking it's a car's lights until my brother runs out of his room saying we have aliens. We ran to our kitchen and stared out the window and into our backyard. What do we see? We see a yellow ball of light the size of a beach ball floating up and moving forward. Floating up and moving forward, as if moving on an incline. My sister and I never saw that hooded figure after this light came to us. She goes on to some other things that she wanted to express about the cemetery, such as, we should shut it down, put a brick wall around it. Somehow the cemetery doing that is going to get rid of these evil things. I don't want to get into it, but we are experiencing things on occasion, outside this place, and sometimes you'll experience the stuff and then you also feel compelled to come here and then you'll have more interactions. Why are these things happening? I'm gonna kind of just leave it there. I just needed to express that these things are happening. There are these weird interactions, weird, I get that too, the weird Grim Reaper look. I mean, if you ever take a look at the old descriptions, the old pictures, I guess it could look kind of roby looking. I don't know. Not hearing much about the scythe. But if you're experiencing these kinds of things too, take it for what you want, and I'll get into these stories later. But the area around the cemetery, there was a uniqueness to it, and I was trying to study this. And over time, I've come to realize, based on a few factors, that the area was picked for contact. And you know, as much as I respect the dead and their cemetery and that kind of stuff, you know, it's, some people might be offended by it. Maybe all these years you're just thinking about dead people, dead people, dead people. But when it comes down to it, this stuff has a non-dead quality to it. Just keep following that bread trail, like, you know, those crumbs of information, and you'll start to realize that no, there's something bigger going on. It's not a bunch of dead people. Anyways, it's already been 6 minutes, so I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the spring out here. Take these glasses off, and maybe I'll see you around again.